It took me a long time to find the respond button on the new spot that they put it in. So anyway, yeah, I am Yeti Detective, and I've been wanting to respond to this video for a long time. I am an atheist, as in I don't believe in gods, or singular God, or other things that are invisible that can't be shown to exist. In your video you say, that you just want to ask these questions as like a form of discourse and you're not looking to provoke anybody, and I think a lot of people respond kind of emotionally to that, and I don't know if they have a history with you of whatever, but I thought you were genuine in that, so this is my responses to your questions. Question 1 was basically, I kind of summarized and I put them in a notepad here. I don't edit my videos because I don't have time, it's too important. Yeah. If you meet God, what would you say? Basically, if you die and go to heaven and it's Jesus, the Christian God, is there, what do you say? I haven't thought about this for a long time. What would I say? I'd say, God, what about all the famine and dead people? I would ask him about the Native Americans. I'd be like, between the time that you died on the cross and Christians traveled across the Atlantic Ocean, there was like 1,500 years almost, and did they all really dying and going to hell, or were, in the absence of the gospel, are they just judged on their content of their character, like they should be? And if that is the case, why did you spread the gospel ever? But I had other questions here, like what about Harlequin babies? How come sometimes that happens? I mean, it says that you formed us in the womb, so that means sometimes babies are born with their hearts outside their chest. Or did they get a text on that day? I don't know. I'd have some questions for him, and he probably would be stern God. But if I died and went to heaven, or judgment place, and Jesus was there, it would mean I was wrong and I was going to hell, and so I would just do whatever. Question 2: what evidence would you accept for existence of God? I don't know. If he's a God claiming to have created the universe, I would say, can you show me? Can you create something? Can we test you empirically? If we could put that God in a room that was vacuum sealed, like hermetically, no matter, nothing, gas, anything could get in or out, and he could create something in the room, and he could show that the mass inside the room had increased, I would believe that he could create things out of nothing. Probably. If I had other people there, magician people that can do tricks. I'm unshaven right now, so it's scruffy. I apologize, but I lost my shaver. But other kinds of God, like, I don't know, if there's a problem with if a God claims to be omnipotent, there's no, it's an infinite claim, so it requires infinite evidence. There's no limit for him to reach to show that is, there's not like an omnipotent bar that he can get up to, and like, boom, omnipotent, there, see, it's shown you. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I would just have to test individual claims that made by the deity is the sorts of evidence I would need. But I would have to be personal. It wouldn't, anecdotal evidence is no-go. And it's not for you either. I mean, if a Muslim talked to you about how great Allah was, you would not accept their anecdotal evidence for their religion, or a Hindu or a Zen Buddhist, having a vision of the Buddha. And it's going to run long. Question 3. The new atheism is the term you used, but basically the question was, do you think that the removal of respect for religion is good or bad? I would say good. The removal of respect for religion is good, because it eliminates this sort of taboo, and I think the fewer taboos we have in society, the better. Especially, I mean, like, obviously, I don't think people should be allowed to have sex with children. I think that should remain taboo. I think hurting people in different ways, especially vulnerable people, should remain taboo. But talking about someone's beliefs, if someone has silly beliefs, you should be able to say, that sounds silly. And then they can explain it to you. If it still sounds silly, dude, Really? And if they're voting for politicians in your democratic society, and these politicians are like making laws that are causing the deaths of women or discriminating against people who are friends of yours because of who, the types of people they happen to fall in love with, then I would say, yeah, it's good to challenge. It's good to challenge those. You should not lend credence or respect to something just because somebody believes it. I had a friend who was schizophrenic, and he saw birds, and they would tell him to do things, and we'd be like, dude, they're not there. It's cool. And he'd usually like, okay, if he had his pills, he'd be fine. Anyway, what sorts of decisions are affected by your atheism? None. When I first I was like raised evangelical Christian, and when I first lost my faith, I was like, oh my God, I can do all these sins, and that was nice. But you get sick of it. You just hang out and be groovy after a while. But nowadays, I'm at like my own personal set of beliefs. My values are what affect my decisions, and the non-existence of the supernatural is not one of my values. It's just an opinion I have, I guess. Pretty sure there's no supernatural. I'm going to live my life as if there is no supernatural because it does not seem to have any effect on anything if it does exist. Like a lot of people say God exists outside of time and space in the universe, but if so, then you should be able to show his effect, like when he does something, like the thing where you add mass to the room that you medically see. You should be able to show an effect on the universe of God coming in from the outside and doing something amazing, or not amazing, just something normal. Making a soul, and putting a soul into non-living matter should be a measurable effect, and nobody's measured it. I don't know if anybody's tried, and that's something you could try if you know Christians who are scientists, prove the existence of the soul. Have them measure stuff about pregnant women. I don't know. I'm sure there are enough pregnant Christian women that would submit to scientific inquiry, or not. I don't really know. Go for it. Try it. I suggest you do. I'm in support of this. Question 5. What is more important, acquiring true beliefs or not acquiring false beliefs? And you added that to that your observation that you think you've seen that skepticism breeds bitterness. I have definitely seen bitter skeptics, but I've seen bitter believers as well. I don't think that it has anything to do with that. I think your belief in or non-belief in God does not have as big of an impact on your personality as it does the YouTube atheist-theist debate indicates. I think that if we all were just hanging out in a room and nobody, like you weren't allowed to talk about God, bring him up at all, whether he existed or not, or your belief on him, and we're just like hanging out, and we're locked in there for 6 days, I think a lot of people would be like, so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so is an asshole, and it's not going to be all theists or all the atheists, it's going to be just random people, because some people are assholes. So that's my thought on that. And as for the actual question, it's not really a question to me, from my perspective. If you gain a belief, you have to test it, whether it is true or not. And that's what skepticism is to me. It's not just not believing things until someone else proves them to you. It's hey, I got an idea. You know what would be cool is if this was true. And then you figure out how to test it. And then you know if it's true or not. Otherwise, how do you know you've acquired a true belief? Like, what makes you think that your beliefs are true if you are not concerned that they might be false? Basically, is the question. It's not really a question. You don't have to respond to that at all. I'm just making this video because I like your hat. It's cool. I don't wear hats because my head's gigantic. This door is actually like 6 inches behind me. My head is like 4 feet across. But yeah, I'm about out of time. So those are my 5 answers from my crappy webcam and my bags under my eyes that I probably have because I don't sleep ever because I'm drinking coffee and it's midnight. Later.